It will go on to one of the blogs, and it's something that we can just show, put in our web portfolio. This is what we do during our senior year, so it's just, if anyone objects, say now or forever. Yeah, before we get started, I'm just going to give you guys just a quick Dropbox, one of the presentations that we're going to be going over, just for some more information after we leave, if you guys ever need to revert back to it. So I'm going to pass these out before we get started, and we'll Yeah, I'm Emily, and I'm a senior at Salisbury University. I'm from Northern Virginia, and I'm a public relations journalism major with a business minor in marketing and management.
I'm Haley Atkins. I'm also a senior at Salisbury. I'm graduating this December. I'm a PR major, and my minor is marketing.
I'm Jamie, and public relations communications major. Minor Spanish. I'm a senior. I'll be leaving here in December, and I'm from Columbia, Maryland.
We asked, where you from?
Originally, my parents are from Georgia, Texas.
Okay, right.
Strong Columbia accent. We've never been there.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. We are going to go through 3 presentations. We're going to have Skype, Dippity, and Dropbox. Skype is a video tool that you guys can use for faraway conferences, something that you guys, I think, will benefit from so much. And Dippity is an online calendar that will help you organize your events, meetings, to have everything on one screen just so you guys can be very organized. And Dropbox is a file sharing tool that you guys can use through the internet. If you have a file on one computer and someone else needs to get it, and say in Columbia, Maryland, you guys can file share that way, and everyone will have access to it in the organization. Do you guys have any questions or concerns before we get started? Great. Go ahead and Dippity.
We're going to start with Dippity. All right, so I'm going to speak a little bit on this website here. It's called Dippity. I'd be surprised if any of you guys have seen it before, because I hadn't before a couple months ago. Basically, it's a free digital timeline website. It organizes web or an organization's content, time and date. You can create, share, embed, collaborate on an interactive, visually engaging timeline. That's what the main selling point for the website is. It's useful because you can integrate videos if you have them, audio, images, text. You can go back in time retroactively and add more to an event that happened. You can also add social media timestamps. For example, this is the Dippity for Tampa Bay Red Cross. And they pretty much use it as an extension of their Twitter account. But events are updated in real time through their Twitter. And like let's say right here, volunteers responded to a fire in North Tampa Bay. It comes up on there. You can look back on it as opposed to having to search through pages and pages of their notes. Basically, who uses it? Anyone who uses the internet essentially has access to a Dippity account. Newspaper journalists, government organizations, nonprofits like yourself have been known to use it. Students, communities, teachers, everyone can get on there. And depending on if it's public or private, the one we have set up for you guys is private, but it's more of an inside enter type of Dippity. But public ones, people go on there as a whole community and be able to add to it, collaborate to it. I saw this happen, I saw that happen. That's what it's generally used for. But in the space of how we can use it with you guys, we have it. It's a digital timeline. It's a great way to increase traffic to your website. If you were to use it publicly, again, you guys have it more in the. I think it's the the internal type. And it's a good way to keep up with deadlines. Look back on meetings. You can update meetings. Let's say you had a meeting on November 12th, and it had a real rigid plan, but maybe someone brought up a good idea that the rest of the people who weren't at that meeting, right? You can go back in time, you can write in the notes on that, and the people who weren't there are able to look at that. So I'm bringing up the one you guys have. We got set up for you guys. We use the Head Start, early Head Start operating calendar. And what we basically just did with your calendar, which was in, I think, Word form, and we went through and just went date by date and put these in.
Well, Ms. Evans gave us all the information, what Head Start was doing throughout their months. And so with that information, we were able to plug in. So you guys, in March 2014, on the 24th, you guys have an admin meeting, or Head Start has an admin meeting. Jay's gonna go ahead and click on the admin meeting on March 24th. We were able to, we're gonna go ahead and show you how to type it in and how to get your information in there. But essentially you can just click on this and you have your admin meeting and that's what it's gonna do. Then you can go on to your description and you can type in our ad meeting today and our goals and our tasks are gonna be A, B, and C. And you can just put that in there, and if you guys needed to upload a picture for a reminder, upload a picture, and if you guys have a link to say, hey, I want everyone to look at this link, or
the location.
before
It's not the main
attending the
location.
meeting, here's the link, where's the location, and or if you guys have a video that you needed to show before the meeting, paste that right in there, and you're gonna go ahead and save it.
Doesn't count as location.
But you guys get the idea, where you
Yeah.
could put where the
The
location
address.
was, and then it's all right there, and you edit, delete, for those. So that's kind of what the big picture is with Dippity. It's a very,
It's simple, but the main idea here is that you're able to use one login with multiple users. So you can have, if you chose to do it that way, so you would have your account name and your password, and if you wanted to share it with other people inside your organization, let's say people, I think you said you guys have offices almost 100 miles away, maybe they can't keep up with the meetings as they have to be. You go on there and they can see when the meetings are ahead of time, and they can save a lot of time, a lot of miscommunication maybe on what time they were or where they might be located at.
And this also can be printed, so you guys are able to put it on your desk, mark down dates and all that kind of stuff. So it can be online form, or you can have it, in your hands, a hard copy.
Now, did you say you can go in and add minutes to this, or all of it would have to go in the description?
you could add anything, because there's a notes section too. You could add anything and everything. We were just showing you the description of what the meeting might be about, where the location was, but if you had extra notes, and say you were in the login in this office, but you were in the login 100 miles away, and you didn't get those notes, log right in and your notes are right there.
But yeah, you can put minutes on there too. You can really write anything, under any of those, headings that you have there. So I think that,
And do you guys have any other questions? Any questions about Tiffany?
Yeah, you can, you have a copy.
Yeah, we're pull it up.
One question.
Uh-huh.
One login, multiple users, but can everybody delete and add, or only one
What
private
you can
person?
do, if you were to use, there's two ways you can do it. You could, or actually a combination of both. If everyone had the same, like, the admin account, then everyone will be able to delete or add as they wish. But if you were to just have the admin account with, let's say, a handful of people who were in charge of it, everyone else could set up their own account, maybe an office account, that they could go on there and see and type in. They could look at it all, but they wouldn't be able to edit it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just a nice little click through on it, how-to for Dippity. Like I said, like I just mentioned before, it's this digital timeline website. Pretty much exactly what I just said. Create, share, made, and elaborate, and right?
We just want to reiterate
I
how
just
to
figured
use
it'd
it.
be easier so you guys could see it.
Visualize. I'm a visual learner, so maybe some of you guys are, and just hone in on what it actually is and who can use it and why it will benefit Shore Up and why we think it does.
are you gonna do this one or no?
Oh, well, yeah.
We kinda said all of it, but we can read it.
It is the fastest and easiest way to go to utilize both the past, present, and future. Because you have your dates on a weekly basis, you could even go on an hourly basis. But there's no time limit. It could be a couple of years ago, a couple of years in the future. I mean, it's as prepared as you guys are. If you have a schedule for the next 2 years, you can put down your dates for it.
Just like Head Start, we have up until March for them already done.
And you guys can also go back, once it's entered, you can go back and say you forgot when a certain meeting was, or you weren't able to attend it and you completely forgot all about it. You can go back into the notes on that and go back in time and go ahead and find that. And this is another example.
Yeah,
Of
so-
just
The
one, this
picture,
one
the
looks a
screenshot.
little, yeah. And this is just something when you guys do, sign up for Dippity, we
Maybe
will
that
create
one.
your username. This is the screen that will show up. You'll click sign up, have the sign up for Dippity, and, we just wanted to show you some pictures that you guys could familiarize yourselves with for when you do sign up for it.
Yeah.
Just same kind of things we can get this presentation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we have copies of it. And then that's just where you have a blank,
That's what your first day will look like.
so your
When
first day
you
is
were to
gonna be
create a new
empty.
one. So you guys already have the Head Start one, let's say you had another one, for another branch of your organization. You don't have to have one timeline per account. You're allowed to have as many as you can create.
Like
I
a
said,
quick-
yeah, exactly. You
for
don't have to
add an event.
you don't have to jumble them all up. You can keep the Head Start one separate from, let's say, another one you guys had.
Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so say like Head Start and Head Start already has their own deputy. Loretta Village, for example, in my program, I already have my own deputy. Is there any way that we can link those two to where even though I'm not in your program, I can still see what's going on in yours without having
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
access?
Yes,
Sure.
once the admin shares it with you, then you'll be able to have it on yours.
You
whether
would
it's the
just need to
admin-
have, the email and password associated with that account for you to access them.
Okay.
You can't just type in www.deputy and then, whatever their organizations is, you
And
would
it
have to,
pops up. Gotcha.
you would have to have their username and password, to see that.
On your account, you can have a list of the timelines that you are associated with.
Mhm.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
You can see your Head Start one here and then yours underneath there,
Okay.
and just click on each one like a different link.
Gotcha.
Any other questions? Okay, well, we're gonna move right on to Skype. How many of you guys use Skype? Okay, if you don't mind me asking, what do you guys use it for? Do you guys use it on your mobile phones? Do you guys use it on your laptops? How do you like using it on your mobile phone?
I love it with my granddaughters and only some meals, and so we Skype each other all the time.
Okay, how else do you guys like using it on your computer?
On the computer, I visited family members out of the state, out of the country.
Oh, wow.
We use laptop, my brother's in California.
Okay, and how many of you guys that use them on your laptop have a built-in camera in the laptop? Awesome. And then for the rest of you that, do you guys have a camera up top of your dashboard or a mount? You do? And how do you like that? Awesome. Okay, well, we're going to do our next presentation on how to do Skype. Skype is calling, seeing, messaging, and sharing with others wherever you are. For example, like you said, you Skype with other family that's not even in the country. Skype is a video and voice calling application that lets anyone that has a Skype account. So I have a Skype account, you have a Skype account, we could Skype. You have to have a Skype account to Skype with others.
And just to insert, if you have a Facebook account, you have the ability to have a Skype account because they're sort of integrated at this point. So if you have Facebook, you can use Skype too.
And it allows you to add those contacts to all your friends, you can get their contacts.
Yeah. Why we think you guys need Skype. What you need to use it. Sorry. You need to have an internet connection, a webcam like I stated, and a computer or mobile device with a microphone or speakers. So for creating an account, you would enter your name, and you have to have an email address associated with it, and you set up your profile, and you choose a Skype name and a password. So when I use Skype, when I Skype with my mom and dad, I have my Emily Rita is my name, my Skype name, and I just use my email address I keep it simple, something I will remember. Maybe some of you with ShoreUp might have the same email to say if you're Skyping with Miss Evans, you guys will, and you have your Skype account, she has a Skype account, you might have the same ShoreUp, DB, Gmail account. So keep it simple if you guys are all going to use Skype together. Okay, signing into Skype. This is where I wish we had computers so we could all just practice together if some of you guys haven't used Skype already. Yeah, so it's, how many of you guys have Facebook? Oh, awesome.
That's why I made that comment.
Awesome. Okay, well, when you're signing into Skype, this screen's gonna pop up, and you're gonna type in your Skype name and your password. Or for some of you that don't have, you're gonna go to create a new account, and it's essentially the same thing. You're just gonna have to type in your email address, your name, and what you guys want to be, what your Skype name will be, like up on your top of your screen. Then this will be your home screen on Skype, essentially. You will have your name up at the top, and if you use your cell phone, which you can use your mobile devices to use Skype, but you do have to pay an extra charge. But we're just doing a presentation on using it on a computer or a laptop I figured you guys would all be wanting to use the free app.
Right, or in the office.
In the office. So that, up at the top, that's just for cell phone if you were to use that. And then you have all your contacts. And then you have your history right here of who you just Skyped with or who you were just messaging with, all on this side. And then if you want, you can always upload a picture to have as your little icon right here.
It looks a lot like the AOL Instant Messenger, if you guys remember that.
And then you guys are going to want to add friends. We're all going to want to Skype together. So you're going to want to go to Skype, and up at the top it will say create or add a friend. And you just type in, you have to have obviously their email address and their Skype name. And you just add them, and if they have a picture, that will show up. And if they're online, like it says right here, so if it's online, they'll have a check mark. If they're away, they'll have a clock. And if they don't want to be disturbed, they'll have a red arrow. That's where they'll indicate if they're online. You just double click their name, and if you are on here and they're in your Skyping, it will just be connecting. Some of you guys obviously already know that, but when I'm trying to Skype with you, it will be connecting to the other one. It will say be connecting, and then that face will show up. My face will already be there, and then that's how you Skype.
And this would be not personal use, but you guys would all have your individual accounts, and also for some of your locations, if you only have one computer that has a camera, then it could just be a universal kind of thing. So you would say, we're the Head Start location, this is our, screening, whatever, and then we'll log into that and go ahead and Skype for a meeting or whatever it might be. And that's why we want Skype for you guys, is so that
Especially
you don't
with
have to
TV.
travel. So you don't have to travel 100 miles. That was our big thing. We're really excited about this for you guys, so we can get it up and working. So you guys aren't having to drive to this location or whatever location you need to go back and forth. So you guys will just show up on the screen and you can talk to each other, see each other, interact, and it's just a lot better than what's online.
Yeah, because I'm sure half of you guys wouldn't have to come to this meeting today if we had this earlier. So no, hopefully this will be very beneficial for you guys. Any questions, comments, concerns?
I have a question. Now, my husband has a Skype account, and when I'm on his laptop, somebody will pop up and say, this one's one mine. Now, if I wanted to Skype with that person, would I just hit that and it would pop up?
Why don't you back a slide? If, let's say the first one, I think is an Echo, pops up and he's online and you want to Skype with him, and he is already up on, I'm assuming on
On the bottom.
you can just double click that and it will pop up. Or if you wanted to Skype with him, you can go to your home screen and with the check mark that's indicating that he's online, and that you can double click him and it will automatically start connecting you.
But unless I click on that,
Correct.
okay, that's
And nobody's gonna pop up and start
Yeah, no
talking.
one's gonna start talking to you.
it. I don't want nobody to pop up and see me.
Unless they hit you
You're not
first.
gonna allow access to that.
So when you Skype, is it just like, how do I put this, like, because you see how many people are in this room, we can't all Skype at the same time, can we?
If there is,
Can you do a group one?
And I know that businesses that use it, and it's so beneficial and it's awesome for them, because just like you guys have a large group, not everyone's going to want to travel 2 hours, 3 hours to come to a meeting when you can just pop this up. So a lot of businesses do have what you guys have, a large screen, so everyone
so
can
as long as
be.
we have a camera for that could,
Yeah.
Say if one person was watching us, we would see their face here, and if we had a camera there, it would project out
Then
to all of
everyone
you
could
guys.
see it. So yeah, maybe you wouldn't be able to see right close up and personal, but you would definitely be able to see the whole room. You would be able to be hearing the meeting.
It's like a conference call with a video.
Right.
But I guess my question is like, okay, so I'm 100 miles away, but then she's 100 miles away in a different way. Can we have a group one where it's the people here? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you can.
You can add as many people as you want to that conversation.
What do you guys feel about the lag? The
The
lag.
lag. It depends on your connection, obviously.
yeah, it's-
Cause I mean, if
What-
you have, it just depends on the internet per place, really. If you have stronger internet, obviously.
That's definitely an issue with it in places that are more remote than others. Like obviously the internet connection here, we're in the middle of Salisbury, we probably have really great internet connection. But somewhere that was more in a rural community, you might have a little difficulty with it. But there is, on the Skype website, you can type in, anything, any questions that you have, and they to fix whatever's wrong with it. And that's one thing we wish we could do for you guys, but we're not IT people, we're just, you know, the social media people. But that can be an issue. But when it's resolved, it still is a better option than you guys having to drive so far.
Yes?
But you do have the option of Skyping whoever you want. Say for instance, if you have the option of putting on the people that you want to Skype.
Yes, ma'am.
So for instance, she couldn't just automatically.
No, you
Yeah.
accept me. You would, if I went on I typed in your name, and I wanna Skype you, you would have to accept, it's just like Facebook.
Oh, just, okay.
So you would have to accept me, you can't just be Skyping with any random Joe, because that's protecting you too, if you can't just,
Or even like if we have, it's like Jordan and I were Skyping, you were friends with Jordan, but you weren't friends with me.
I could not Skype with you.
Okay.
Not, I would love to, but.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's say like I have a meeting tomorrow, would I have everybody say to Skype me at a certain time, or should I Skype each of them individually?
Now that's up to you. Say you're hosting the meeting and you're the head of this and this is your screen and everyone else is at their own individual office. You're setting up the meeting, you want everyone to be there at 2 p.m., you're the boss, I would say, okay, you would indicate when you wanted to, you would, I'm sorry, word vomit, you would want to,
And then that's more.
Okay. Oh, just all my words came out. My apologies.
You would probably want
You would
them
want to start it. You would want to make the phone call first because you're the boss. You would want them to be in their seats waiting for you. You don't want to wait on them, right?
But that means I would have to individually do 15 people?
If they're in your contacts, all you do is click.
Yeah.
click.
If
All at
they're-
one time?
Yes,
Right,
you
you
just-
can do that if you wanted to do a group one, but if you're just doing one person, you would just click that. But say if they're all in a group together at the same office, then you would just have to do one of their accounts.
So
What
they can
she's saying is, we have 15 Head Start centers. Main office is here, but she needs to meet with someone in all 15 Head Start centers at the same time.
Then everyone would need to be on at the same time,
Logged in. Everybody
logged
needs to be
in
logged
with the icon saying I'm online, and then you administer, you click on everyone's name.
So can they already be pre-grouped?
Sure.
So I could just hit one button or something?
Yeah. Any other questions? Comments, concerns?
It would be a lot easier if we had the computer.
Yeah,
to
that's
show
why
you and answer
I
the
would,
questions
that
for
was
you like
our
that.
initial plan, was to be hands-on and be visual and make sure you guys really understand.
Because playing around with it is obviously the best way to learn.
I mean, I just learned Skype back in high school and it took me a while. Dippity, we just learned about that, but they're all necessary tools, that's what I'm sure.
And we will have another session whenever we get the computers, so that, and how we set up these accounts, because this is not something you all do individually, it's something you'll go through your administrator with. Once we get set up, then we'll have another, training, we'll bring everybody back and make sure we're easy. We've gotta get our laptops right first.
Okay, how are you guys feeling with the first two presentations? Guys good, feeling good? Thumbs up, anyone kind of, let me get some more information before we move on?
And for this one, I have my
Is the sound on?
Is the sound on for this?
Should be.
Okay.
Okay, our next is the Dropbox. We're doing a little different this time. We're gonna do it through a screencast. Is anyone familiar with the screencast?
It's basically just a recording of the actual
Can you hear?
clicking through the screen.
Oh, it'll be on in just a second. I just
Okay.
wanted to explain what Dropbox was. So for
Okay.
you guys who don't know what it is a sharing site online, for all your photos, videos, documents, files, Excel, anything you want. And once you do download it, you'll just have like a little icon on your desktop that you can click and work through instead of going onto the internet. It's safe and secure, it's password protected, nobody's gonna get into your stuff, it's your account. But with whoever's email you wanna share it with, you can share it with them. So again, sharing made simple. It's good for team projects, sharing photos, events, calendars, information, audits, grants, whatever, you guys need to share with each other. And the reason it's good for Shore Up, again, you guys are so scattered and, throughout the Eastern Shore, and it's just a great place to just lump everything together instead of having a million emails from each person everywhere. It's kinda like you're just putting that folder on somebody's computer and that's it. So, we have this screencast for you.
So here I have a tutorial for you all to show you how to use Dropbox. Dropbox is a file sharing site and it allows you to share documents of any kind, Word document, Excel document, PDFs, anything like that, pictures, calendars, videos, or really anything you can think of to share. It is safe and secure and it's also password protected. It just allows a safe environment and a really organized place for you to share information with your colleagues and your employees. So first we'll start by going ahead and logging on to the website. So here I'm just on my home page and I'm going to go to the search bar and type in www.dropbox.com. Okay, so this is the Dropbox homepage. When you first start, you're going to sign up. Once you sign up, you're going to be prompted for your email and a password that you will be able to remember. And then that'll go ahead and it will install Dropbox on your computer. You'll get this little icon over here to your left on your desktop, and it's a little box that's opened and it says Dropbox on it. This will allow you to access Dropbox from your desktop, and all you do is click on it, and I'll do that for you guys.